I know Nickle's been living with you full time, and I've been trying to get the house together so that he can start regularly visiting here, and now everything is finally all set up for him to start regularly visiting and staying over. But I was thinking, hi everyone, it's Catchy, aka OBiGem. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button, also the notification bell to be notified of all future videos. And if you like what you see, please do hit the like button so that I keep making content like this. So we're back with another episode of Not So Berry, and we are here with Zari here. It's actually pretty early in the morning. He was asleep, but then he got up. I'm assuming he was probably just really excited because he has a full day planned ahead of him. First, he's going to be heading over to the Everberry mausoleum. I did finally set everything up in Sienna's wing with all her family photos and memorabilia. So I'm gonna have Zari and the fam head over there in the morning just to pay their respects finally at their place of at her place of rest. So Zari's gonna finally place Sienna's urn there, and I'm actually gonna grab Julian's urn too, since he passed away last episode, and we're gonna put Julian's urn in there with Sienna since he was her husband, and they're both just gonna finally have their resting place at the family mausoleum. But after they head there and head back home, we're actually going to be having a little Nickle's birthday party. I forget whether or not I told you guys last episode what Zari's son's name is, but it is Nickle. And so Nickle already aged up to a toddler, actually off screen. Since he lives in Arlene's household, I did not see when he aged up. So I mean, it's whatever. Toddlers from babies to toddler don't normally have like a formal birthday that they can do anyway, but I want to have a little party because there's some things that Zari wants to discuss with Arlene on top of celebrating his son's birthday. So we're gonna explore that, but he is gonna invite the family over. The extended family is actually in from Mount Como to pay respects to Sienna and Julian, as well as to party it up with baby Nickle. So we're gonna see Candace and Robin and Kennedy at this party, along with Zari's trailer park friends. So it's going to be super fun. I just wanted to open on this scene though, because the first thing Zari did while he was excited to start his day was he got on the computer and he actually was researching parenting methods. So I think that's so cute, and it actually ties into what he wants to talk to Arlene about. So it looks like he was kind of like honing up on what he needs to know to feel prepared to have that conversation with her. But in the meantime, I'm gonna have him finish that up, and he's gonna do like a morning workout because our baby boy has been packing all the pounds. So that Everberry metabolism always be dragging on us. But anyway, I'm gonna have him do all that, and I will reconvene at the mausoleum. So Zari and Andre made it to the Everberry mausoleum, and Andre's just having a moment with him as they wait for the rest of the family to gather. He's like, I am so proud of you, Zari, and all of the goals that you have been accomplishing. I think that you have just really grown into an honorable person and like a great man. And he's like, yeah, thanks, Dad. I appreciate you saying that, because the entire time that Andre's been like living with him so far, it's been a short time. He just moved in not that long ago. They've been just trying to bond and make up for lost time. That's essentially what Andre was trying to do anyway. He's like, I miss a lot of my son's life, and his mom dying way sooner than any of us anticipated really just made me feel like I gotta make the most of what time I have left with my family. So with that in mind, Andre actually does have something he wants to talk with Zari about today, but he's trying to wait till a little bit later since Nickle's birthday party is going to be later. He's like, I don't want to ruin my grandson's birthday, but there is something I need to tell Zari with like this whole idea of time not being forever, and me wanting to spend as much time with the family I have while I have it. So he has a little secret he wants to reveal, but we're gonna put a pin in that because I have to actually have Zari gather the rest of the fam. We're gonna go ahead and start the gathering so that they can show up. We're just gonna pretend that that's what he's doing right now on the phone. He's calling. He's like, yeah, we're at the mausoleum. We're going to be here for maybe an hour or two, and then we're going to go ahead and have Nickle's party. So hurry on over. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to have Zari head on in the mausoleum so he can pay respects to his late mother, Sienna Everberry Tinker. So Zari's just having a moment. He wanted to kind of spend a little bit of time inside his mother's mausoleum by himself. As you can see, he's wiping away some tears. He got a little bit more emotional than he anticipated. I think it's a lot. I mean, on top of the fact that Sienna passed away before any of them thought that she would, this is also, like, the last time he was here was when they had Glades, in memoriam, and he was upset for that too. So, this is, bringing up a bunch of sad memories. He's like, hey, the last time I was here was for Granddad's, funeral, which was in this room over here. This is Glades mausoleum. He's like, now I'm here for Mom's, and I don't know, this is a lot. So I'm just going to show you guys. Sienna didn't have as many photos as Glade, so like I was trying to fill it in, and there's some stuff I couldn't bring over to the mausoleum due to technical difficulties, but I got most of her family photos in. I'm gonna see about trying to get her diploma picture and her diploma in here. For some reason I could not bring those over, and I don't know why, but we might have to go and temporarily move Zari into the red house to get those and put them in his inventory. But in the meantime, this is what it looks like. I did have to pull Sienna's urn down because I wanted Zari to pay her some respects and leave her offering, and he couldn't do it with it being up here, so I'll put it back there after we're done. But this is it. This is the room, and our sweet girl. This whole corner is just dedicated to Sienna and Julian, and just everything they've been through. Y'all don't know how much I love this girl. I'm gonna miss her so much. You don't understand. I'm gonna miss her, but this is the life of Sienna Everberry from, this is a lot. These are a lot of memories. And Sienna's college years, and there's baby Zari right over in there, and then all the way through her elderhood. I actually don't have a whole lot of pictures from when she was an adult, but this is her as a teenager over here. I had this one picture over here from when she was a child. This is her and little Robin. Yeah, I'm gonna miss her. So before everybody gathers, I think Zari is gonna try and call forth Sienna's ghost, because one of the biggest regrets I have for Sienna and Zari and baby Nickle was that she never got to meet him. So I'm gonna go ahead and call forth the ghost. What's the difference between this and this? Okay, let's just call forth it this way. I don't know the difference. Y'all could tell me the difference in the comments below. And he's all like, I'm gonna call forth Mom and just let her know that the baby came, and just try and tell her about it, because I just wanted her to meet him and she didn't get to. Everybody's kind of coming though. Andre's looking like, oh my gosh, sorry, were you crying? And Robin's like, yeah, buddy, are you crying? He's like, this is difficult. And they're all like, we know, Zari, it's your mom, we get it, we understand. So this is everybody. So Candace is still alive too. I feel like all of Sienna's contemporaries are still alive, and I just I don't know. Sienna died early, and I don't know why. It's gonna bug me forever that she died before everybody else, and I'm gonna stand by the fact that that Julian died of a broken heart, because that's what makes the most sense. But go ahead, Zari, call forth your mom's ghost. Can we not do that? And maybe we were supposed to pick the other one. Fine, let's try it. Oh wait, is he doing it now? Yeah, he's doing it now. Did he do it? Did she not come? Oh, that's cute. He hugged Kennedy. He's like, no, long time no see, cousin. And Kennedy's like, yeah, I'm sorry about your mom. And he's like, well, you know how it is. When they get older, it's only a matter of time. Who is this? Okay, we guess we'll never know. But Kennedy's all like, yeah, well, it's funny because I'm getting older myself, and, I was thinking about moving out this way for college, so maybe we might spend more time with each other. He's like, that would be cool, Kennedy. You and I never really got to spend a whole lot of time together when you were, younger, but now we can. And he's like, yeah, but I'm sorry about your mom. He's like, yeah, of course. Who is this? These people in these mausoleums. This outfit is kind of everything, though. I don't know about the shoes or what's going on down here, but the outfit's kind of cute. Is her name Kennedy too? Her name is Kennedy too. That's funny. But it looks like we did call forth Miss Sienna's ghost. Sienna! But Sienna, I'm gonna have Zari talk to his mom's ghost because he wants to tell her about, he has a lot of things he wants to talk to her about. It's important. So Zari came on down here because this is where Sienna's ghost went. He's like, "Mother," and she's like, "Baby boy." Oh, and she immediately turned to Fearless as soon as, oh, she hugged her baby boy. She's like, "Baby, how are you?" And Zari's like, "Mom, I'm good. You know, it makes me so sad that I wasn't there when you moved on from this world." And Sienna's like, "Baby, it's okay. I'm good. I accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish in this world. And, it stinks that I didn't last long enough to see my grandchild, but I'm proud of you, baby boy. Are you good? You tell me you're good." And Zari's like, "Mom, I'm really good. I finished the house, and you'll never believe it. Dad decided to move in with me." And Sienna's like, "Oh my goodness, baby boy, that's great. I'm so glad that you are connecting with your father and you finished the house. And what about my grandchild? Are they okay? Did they get born healthy?" And Zari's like, "Yeah, Mom. The day after you moved on, the baby came. It's a little baby boy. His name's Nickle." And Zara's like, "Oh my word, like you are the father of a little baby boy of your own now. That's amazing, baby boy. I'm so proud of you. I love you so much, and send all of my love to my grandchild, Nickle." He's like, "Of course, Mother, of course." Oh, it's just, they're so sweet. They're just so sweet. And she's like, "I know it's been hard on you. I don't know how she has a phone in the afterlife. Ignore that." So like, "I know it was hard on you, me, leaving on New Year's, and I feel terrible that, I ruined your New Year's." And he's like, "Mother, no, you didn't. You didn't ruin my New Year's. I'm just glad that we kind of had like a little bit of a reconciliation right now with me getting to see you now." And she's like, "Of course, baby." But Sienna's like, "I've gotta, I can't stay in the mortal world forever." And Sienna, and Zari's like, "No, Mother, I understand. Like, go be happy in the afterlife with Granddad and with Julian and everybody." And she's like, "Of course, I'll send them your love to them." And he's like, "Of course." And I think this is exactly what Zari needed. I don't know where he's going. We're just gonna let him do what it would do and go wherever he's going. He's doing the rounds. But I think, honestly, it was difficult for Zari knowing that he wasn't there when his mom left. So I think that was like the level of closure he needed to kind of get over that. He's like, Mom's happy in the afterlife, and I'm happy for her. I got to tell her about her grandson, and she knows about him now, and I don't know, it just feels like we finally got that closure that I feel like I didn't get because I wasn't there when she died. So that is that on that. The rest of the fam is gonna come on back home with them. Andre, I don't know what you're doing. The rest of the family's gonna come back home with them to Nickle's birthday party. So we're gonna do that, and he's gonna give Arlene and everybody a call to show back up. Oh, look at Candace. She looks so sad. She's like, "I can't believe Sienna is gone from this world. It is much too soon." Girl, I know. We're gonna go ahead and get them back to the house so that we can have Nickle's party. So we are back at the house, back after the ceremony for Miss Sienna, and they are back here at Zari's house for Nickle's birthday party. So not everybody came. I don't know why. I added everyone to a club and hit start, but I guess maybe some of them might have went off to jobs or whatnot and didn't come with us. Like, for instance, can already tell our group here is smaller. Miss Candace is not here, and Catalea is missing too, but that's okay. We have most everybody else. The Trailer Park Girls are here. Arlene and Nickle came. Robin came, and I think that's it. That's everybody. Kennedy. I miss Kennedy. But this is the first you guys are seeing of baby Nickle in person. So this is baby Nickle in his toddler form. Isn't he cute? He looks like his mother, though. I'm gonna be honest. He looks more like Arlene than he does Zari. So I'm thinking we're getting to a point where the Gen 1 Everberry Air genes are starting to get bred out. But to me, he's a spitting image of his mommy. But he is cute, isn't he? He's cute. So that's little Nickle Everberry. And let me come back in here because I want to take a screenshot of baby Nickle Everberry. Did I give him yeah, I'm pretty sure I gave him Everberry his last name. Little Nickle Everberry. The first baby of Grey Gen. So I did give him his makeover off the screen, so he had his right hair, and he has literally all of his outfits, even though he probably won't even live long enough to, in this stage. I didn't mean live long enough at all. He won't be a toddler long enough to have all this stuff. Everybody else is here. So I'm gonna have Zari come over and give Nickle a hug and play with him real quick. He's gonna be like, hey champ, happy birthday. Why is everybody freezing? It's hot outside. Okay. He's like, hey baby boy, like happy birthday. He's like, Dada. I'm gonna go ahead and have Zari play with him. He's like, he wants to spend as much time with him as possible, mostly because, you know, he has something he wants to talk to Arlene about in regards to Nickle. And, you know, he wants, oh my goodness, it looks like baby Nickle is like not feeling him real quick. He's like, remember the parenting tips you looked up on the computer? We gotta get this right, otherwise Arlene's never gonna agree to the thing I want to ask her later. And he's like, hey champ, just, you know, let's play. Meanwhile, little Andre over here is over here in his Casanova era, and he got an attractive list alert for Mo, and he's been talking her up. He's like, wow, I don't think I've ever seen a girl like you before. And he's all like, what's your name? And he's been chatting her up, but he finds Mo attractive apparently. And I think Solaire's over here pretending to be on the phone, because when Zari invited her and the Trailer Park Girls to this party, I don't think Solaire knew all that it was for. I think like Zari's like, yeah, I'm having a get together after my mother's memorial, so, you know, if you and the girls want to come over and hang out, you know, that'll be cool. So Solaire's like, yeah, I mean, that sounds nice. As you guys can remember, over the past couple episodes, things have been slowly heating up between Solaire and Zari, and I think she saw this invitation as them kind of like moving towards a new level. And then when she got here and she saw Zari with his son, and she saw Zari's, where is she? And when he saw Zari's baby mother, Arlene, who was inside the house, don't ask questions, she's like, oh, I didn't realize this was like a family thing. And she, you know, peeped Arlene. She's like, oh my gosh, she's, you know, really pretty. You know, I guess I understand why Zari, you know, and her got together and had a child. And I think she's just feeling insecure now, because she's like, well, I mean, maybe he was hoping that at this little family get together they could rekindle things and get back together. So now she's feeling like, you know, I don't know, maybe I was stupid to think that Zari wanted to start anything with me, and now she's over here trying to distract herself by being on the phone, or pretending to be on the phone. But she's like, you know, I hope that, you know, I don't know, she's like, maybe I should leave. And like, Mo was giving her the eye out the corner of her eye, like, Solaire, you need to calm down, there are other people here you could talk to, like, stop, you know, being in your feelings. But Zari's over here. He finally like turned the corner with little baby Nickle, and they're having a ball, and he's having a ball being a daddy and playing with his son. Oh, he is so cute. Oh, Zari and Nickle are just so precious. I just love them to pieces. Look at them. You love to see it. But he's just really happy that they are bonding, which is exactly what he wanted. After he's done, you know, playing with after Zari's done playing with Nickle, I'm gonna go ahead and have him come over here and grill some eats for everybody so that they can, you know, get all this party started. And then after that, I'm gonna have him have a conversation with Arlene. I think they might have some burgers. Let's have some beef bacon burgers. That sounds really delicious. So Zari has finished making his burgers for the party, and he decided to come in here and have a conversation with Arlene, because it's one of the things he wanted to do at this party today, because there's something he wants to talk to her about as it relates to a Nickle. So at first he's just going to start out with, regular pleasantries. He's like, how are you? How are things? So Arlene's like, things are going well with my lounge singing and whatnot. We've gotten quite the crowd. I'm like a big hit. And I say my Shuna right now. And Zari's like, wow, that's great. That's amazing. She's like, yeah, he's like, are you okay? It looks like you have like a headache or something. And she's like, yeah, it's just been a lot going on. It's been busy. In fact, there's something I wanted to talk to you about, actually. And he's like, oh, really? Because there's something I wanted to talk to you about too. And she's like, okay, well, why don't you go first? And Zari's like, well, I know Nickle's been living with you full time, and I've been trying to get the house together so that he can start regularly visiting here, and now everything is finally all set up for him to start regularly visiting and staying over. But I was thinking, the summer is coming up, and I kind of want to spend more time with Nickle. I feel like I just haven't gotten enough. Would you mind if Nickle stayed over with me for the summer? And so Arlene's like, oh, wow, Zari, you ready for that? And he's all like, well, Arlene, I'm his dad. I have to be ready. It's not about me being ready for that. It's what I want. Like, he's my son. And Arlene's like, yeah, I just want to make sure. And she's like, well, and he's like, what, you don't trust me? And Arlene's like, no, it's not that I don't trust you, Zari. This makes this really hard to ask now. And he's like, what's going on? Does it have something to do with what you wanted what you wanted to discuss with me? And she's like, sort of. So remember how I said how my lounge singing has been really taking off and Samai Shuna right now? And he's like, well, yeah, I told you, way to go. And she's like, yeah, well, it's kind of catapulted into like a 10-city tour. And he's like, wow, that's a big deal. It sounds like a big deal. And she's like, it is a big deal, Zari. But the thing is if I go on this tour, I'm not going to really be able to, take Nickle with me. Being out on the road, going across all those cities is not really a place for a small child like him. And he's like, for sure, yeah. And so she's like, so I was going to ask you if you would mind having Nickle while I went on tour. I wasn't expecting you to be so keen on having him for so long, and I don't know, I guess I'm nervous about being away from him for that long. She's like, Arlene, I would love to have Nickle while you're away on tour. You don't have anything to worry about. I'm going to be 150% the dad that he needs, okay? I want to believe in you, but I guess I'm just nervous because, Nickle's always been with me since day one, even though, this whole parenting journey has been, brand new, and it's been tough. Like, I can really trust you. And so Zari's like, Arlene, look, at the end of the day, I'm his dad, and whether it's now or some other time, I'm going to have to learn to be able to handle him on my own. So this is going to be good for us to be spending all this time together. And besides, it's not just going to be me and Nickle. I told you, over the phone the other day, my dad moved in. I'll have extra help if I need it. And she's like, I know, but Zari, your dad, we both know he was absentee, so it's not like he's got like a whole ton of experience. I'm essentially leaving my baby with two people who aren't, experienced doing this full time. And Zari's like, Arlene, just trust me. Sure, my dad's not as experienced, but he's an extra set of hands if I need it. And I've been really studying up on parenting and all of that. I can do this. She's like, okay, Zari, I trust you. I guess, I brought some of Nickle's stuff over so that, he has some stuff when he's staying over with you. But I expect you probably have some stuff for him too. And he's like, of course. I've been, I have his whole room set up upstairs. He's going to be good with me. I can't wait to actually start bonding with him and be doing the dad stuff. She's like, okay, Zari, I'm trusting you. So Nickle's gonna be staying in Zari's house while, Arlene's on tour. It's gonna be, for a minute. She's gonna be gone till like the winter time. So, Zari's kind of nervous, but he's also excited because he's like, this is what I wanted. What the heck, Andre? Who are you hooking up with? So now that Zari has that conversation with Arlene out of the way, he's actually going to go look for Solera. He was wanting to spend some time with her at this party, but he's noticed this whole time he's been here, he hasn't really seen her around much. He's like, I wonder where she is. I mean, did she leave or something? So he's, looking for her right now to kind of, meet up with her, and there's some things he wants to reveal to her as well. So Solera's been keeping a low profile over on the other end of the house. She's been talking to her friend Zara over here and just trying to, keep things, light. And he's all like, there you are. I've been looking for you, Solera. What are you doing tucked away in this corner? So Zari, he chats with her and he's like, why have you been kind of making yourself scarce? And Solera's like, oh, well, I mean, I didn't realize, Zari, that this was a family party. I kind of felt awkward. I didn't realize that, your youngling would be here, with the person you mated with. And he's like, that's a weird way to describe that. And she's like, but it just seemed like the two, or really the three of you, were having that intimate moment. I didn't really think it was my place to kind of interrupt that. And Zari tells her, he's like, Solera, Arlene and I, we co-parent, and yes, Nickle's my child, he's my son, but we're not together, And she's like, oh, you're not? And he's like, no, we haven't been together since, we made Nickle together, and, she and I co-parent, we're friends, but we're not together. She's like, oh, I guess I got the wrong idea. He's like, you did, and, just so you're understanding and you have the right idea, you look really nice today, Solera. And she's like, oh, you think so? Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. And he's like, I always really think that you look nice. And I was thinking, I really like you, Solera. And she's like, oh, you do? And he's like, I do. I like spending time with you, and I feel like you just really get me in a way that a lot of girls don't really. A lot of girls just don't really care about space and all of that stuff. And you're the first girl that I've been able to, share that type of stuff with. And he's like, you're the first girl who I could ever, really share that type of stuff with. You just, really got it and didn't make fun of it and was just as interested in it as I was. So, I mean, Solera, would it be okay if I kissed you? And Solera's like, yeah, Zari, of course. And so he's gonna go in for the kiss. So they're kissing, and while he's kissing her, he's feeling her feel really, really warm and glowy, and he's looking at it and thinking maybe I'm seeing stuff. She's glowing pink or something, and he's like, I must be, my eyes are playing tricks on me. And he's like, Solera, I've really enjoyed the time we spent together, and I'd like nothing more than for us to continue to spend time with each other. And she's like, I feel the same way, Zari. And he's like, well, I mean, I've been wanting to ask you, would you maybe want to be my girlfriend? And Solera's like, Zari, I would love to. So they're going to go ahead and they're going to make things official. Oh, there we go. Asked to be girlfriends. So they're going to go ahead and make things official. And Solera's going to become his girlfriend. So he's going to go ahead and ask her now, because I already said in the story, but we got to go ahead and have that happen. So go ahead, ask her to be your girlfriend. So she said yes, and now they are officially boyfriend and girlfriend. So I don't know where she's going. So Solera is taking off here. Zari was going to ask her if she wanted to hang out for a bit and, maybe do some more stargazing tonight, maybe spend the night. But she instead decided to run off, and she's like, oh my gosh, I gotta get home. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that she's glowing right now, because Solera has a secret right now, and she needs to tell. She's feeling like she's getting closer to where she might need to tell Zari about it, but she's afraid. So we're gonna touch on that in the next episode. We're gonna end things here. And yes, I do know that I did say that Andre, had something he wanted to tell Zari today, but since he's hooking up, he's like, I could wait till tomorrow. So we will touch on that next episode as well. So we're just gonna go ahead and end things on Zari here, who is feeling very high on himself, thinking, I can't believe I have a girlfriend now. So we're gonna end things here on Zari. What did you think of this episode? What did you think of baby Nickle? Do you think he's cute? And what do you think about the fact that Zari and Solara have made things official? And what do you think about the fact that Andre and Mo hooked up? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. But as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and of course, stay dazzled. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Never be cool with the cool kids, but look who's left.